Right, hello everybody. Welcome again to another live stream here on WooEnglish. As always, my name is Hamza and I will be your host as I always do in this a new live stream in which we are going to finish talking about the story of a very strong man who controlled or who ruled Russia back in the early 20th century, and that's Joseph Stalin. So today we'll see another chapter of his story from his life. And just a reminder that Joseph Stalin, that's a story that you guys chose in our poll that we did last week. So today we will talk about the man, Joseph Stalin. And yeah, so just for those of you who don't know what our channel is about, Woo English is a channel dedicated to learning English through stories. We basically believe that learning English should happen in a context. If you want to learn a word, you should do that in a context. And what's better as a context than amazing, engaging stories that are very interesting? And we share every day a very interesting video of topics like this one, Joseph Stalin, or the Second World War, or maybe Elon Musk, for example, Donald Trump. That's one that you really liked. So we share different videos, and in each videos you will see the story of very popular events or men. So today we are going to talk about this guy, Joseph Stalin. We already started talking about his story last time, and today we are going to cover another chapter. Today will be a listening live stream. I see Shiraz has joined the live stream. Shiraz, welcome, and Ramadan Kareem to you. And for the rest of you guys, if you join, make sure to say hi in the chat to let me know that you are here. And of course, as you can see here, don't forget to like. If this is the first time you are seeing this channel, make sure to say hi. Hamid, hello. How are you doing? And Ramadan Kareem to you as well. So, as I said, don't forget to click the like button. And if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. You will really not regret it. We post one video every single day. And also, we share, we have two live streams every week. So, we share a lot of. Thank you to you as well, Shiraz. So, we share a lot of very interesting content. Ahsanol, hello, welcome. And Ramadan Kareem to you as well. Amir, hello. Where are you joining us from, Amir? Amir, not Amir. Amir. All right. I think that's how it's pronounced. When is Ramadan in your country, by the way, guys? For Muslims, for people who celebrate Ramadan, when is Ramadan going to be celebrated in your countries? Because I think there are some that will be tomorrow, and some others uh, say that, for example, I think in my country, it's uh, it's on Sunday. I'm just checking. Nothing said yet. Weird, weird. All right. From tomorrow. So for you guys, it's from tomorrow. IFS or anything like that. Ramadan Kareem, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I understand. Yet, I thought that since you are from Turkey, it's from Sunday. But here in Morocco, it's from Sunday. Yeah. So as I said, we'll talk about Joseph Stalin, and I think it's time to start. So let us start. Uh, so first question here. First question is, what was Joseph Stalin's real name? And this is a very interesting thing, by the way, which is that Joseph Stalin, though he was so known with the name Joseph Stalin, that was not his real name. It was kind of a nickname. Actually. So, what was the real name of Joseph Stalin? Let me just remove this one very quick. So, allow me just to remove my jacket because it's really hot in my room. So, what was the real name or the birth name? We also say birth name. That's your original name, not your nickname, of Joseph Stalin. C. All right. So was it Iosef Stalin, Vladimir, I can't pronounce these names, or Iolev Yugashvili? Very interesting names. Joseph Stalin, and maybe let me show Joseph. So which one? Which one, Shiraz? Because there are two answers with the same name that you shared. There are two answers. I did not hear this episode. It's okay. So you will hear it today. You will hear a part of it, and we'll do listening for one chapter. And at the same time, I'm here. You have a teacher with you, who will guide you through the listening. Yes, it was Iosef Yugashvili. And today you are going to see why he called, or why he was called, Joseph Stalin. Let me just see if I can find a picture of Joseph Stalin, a clear one. Uh, so that maybe some of you who may recognize the picture, because this happens to me all the time. Sometimes I know the picture of someone, but I don't know their name. So let me show you the picture so that you can know that this is the guy we're talking about. All right. So this is the man. This is Joseph Stalin. He was the leader of the Soviet Union, which is now Russia and other countries. So he was the leader then, and he was very famous. And we will see today how he ruled Russia at the time. Number two, what does Stalin mean? So in the word Joseph Stalin, because that's the word that he applied to himself. What does the word Stalin mean? Is it Iron Man, man of steel, or great leader? So you can see now that he called himself Joseph Stalin because, or he was called Joseph Stalin because it meant something. It meant the way the man was ruling. So which one do you think? His mustache is very famous. Absolutely, absolutely. B. So Astronaut says it's B. Man of steel, a very solid man. Yeah, this is another picture of him. Where is it? This is another picture of him. So this is the flag of Soviet Russia at the time, and it meant that it was governed by communism back in the time. What do you think, guys? A, B, or C? Batman. Hamid says B. Shiraz says okay. So I think you guys all agree that it's B, and indeed, yes. So Stalin, it's close to steel, so it's man of steel. Exactly, Stalin. So Joseph, man of steel. Which political party did Stalin join? Was it the Bolshevik? And for people who were last time in the live stream, will know this one. Bolshevik, Menshevik, Communist Party. Bolshevik, Menshevik, or Communist Party. C, Communist Party. Hamid says Communist Party. He was related, by the way, to the Communist Party in some sense. It was a very long name, yeah. Joseph Stalin. Yeah, yeah, I remember the one. I remember the one. I think it was the Russian Communist Labor Party, something like this. Yeah, I remember that one. C and A. So I have all of the answers basically. Yeah, I remember. I don't know why my camera looks a little foggy today. I don't know. Let's check. Let's check which political party he was with. He was with the Bolsheviks, and he met a very important one. So, what major event helped Stalin rise to power? I think this is one of the things that we will see today, by the way. One of the things that we'll see today. So, you are free to guess. Just guess. Just say A or B or C. Whichever feels correct for you, you say it to me, and I will see if that's the right one. Or maybe we can bet. I bet you $50 that it's A or that it's B. Let's see. Is it the First World War, October Revolution, or the French Revolution? So, what are your answers, guys? 1B, A. I see a lot of answers. All right. He is Russian. Okay. So it's not. I like this logic exactly. Wonderful. Hamid answered it very well. First, he was not. He was Russian, not French. So it's not a French Revolution, and also he was in Second World War, and that's also true. So it's the second one. I really liked how you solved it, and you are correct. You are correct. Wonderful. This is the October Revolution, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the revolution I think where they throw away like the monarch, the czar. Yes, so it was the Bolshevik. So this is the party of Joseph Stalin. It was led at the time by Lenin. So I think this is Joseph Stalin. I think this is the guy in here, and I think this is Trotsky. So yeah, so this man he seized power. He went to power, or he became like the leader of the Soviet Union, and Joseph Stalin was the same man or was in the same political party. So that's how they helped. Yeah, how that helped him. Who was the leader of Bolsheviks before Stalin? Let me go back. Who was the leader of the Bolsheviks before Stalin? Was it Lenin? Was it Trotsky? Or was it Khrushchev? No change in answers, Arsenal. No change in answers. No refund, my man. No refund. Vladimir Lenin. Is Ramez? Oh, wait. I need to check because it always. Vladimir. Okay. There is no Ramez, my man. There is no Ramez in the question in the name. You just like to add it. You only like to add that Ramirez, which does not exist. And by the way, I wanna show you. Maybe I wanna show you a picture later on. Where are you guys? Yeah, he just likes to put it in his name. Yeah, I know. It's Lenin. Yes, it's Lenin. And Lenin basically is the man that you can see in this picture. He is this man. So he was the leader of the Bolsheviks when they seized power in Russia. And this is Vladimir or Joseph Stalin. This is the man. This is him who are talking about. And Joseph Lenin, this guy right here, was so important in the history of Russia that he is still preserved until today, though he is dead. Right? They still preserve his body. I wanted a picture, but it's too disturbing. Yeah, this is him. So he is still preserved until today. So his body is still preserved until today. They like to just like see him and visit his body and see. Yeah. All right. Next one. Yeah. So these are the words that we will teach today. 5 words related to today's chapter: haste, turmoil. We pronounce it turmoil. Comrade, consolidate, and fugitive. And here in front of it, you have 5 definitions: a state of great confusion or disorder, someone who is running from the law, to strengthen or make something more stable, a fellow member of a political group, and a planned robbery. So, which one of these definitions go with which of these uh, definitions go with? Okay, that's creepy. A lot, a lot. That's very creepy. But yeah, it's people who believe in communism, I think, mostly, or people who still belong to the Bolsheviks, if they still exist. I'm not sure about politics in Russia, to be honest. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm so sleepy. So number 1 is E, but then Ahsanul changed his mind. Heist, a fellow member. All right. Ahsanul says 1 is D. Heist, a fellow member, but then change your mind. A planned robbery. 2 is A. Turmoil, a state of great. Okay. 1 is E, so you changed your planned robbery. 3 is D. 3 is comrade. And the comrade for you, Hamid, is a fellow member of a political party or group. Ahsanul says 2 is A, meaning turmoil is a state of great confusion and disorder in a country. Okay. 3 is D. Right. We already read that. Leave me again. I don't know why I see my camera is a little foggy today. Oh, I think I made it worse. All right, I think this is better. 4 is B, says Ahsanul. I think this is better. I think I can see myself better. 4 is B, meaning 4 is consolidate, B, to someone who is running. Not really. Consolidate is a verb. It's a verb. Let me see. Ahsanul. 5 is C. A fugitive is to strengthen. Not really. You should switch the last 2. 4 is C. Yes, I now we are on the same page. So consolidate is to strengthen. Wonderful. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me share with you the answer. So 1 is E, and at the same time, I will be explaining. A heist is a bank robbery, for example. So when you go and rob a bank, don't go and rob a bank. When you go and rob a bank, that's what we call a heist, especially when it is well planned. Like you deactivate the camera, you neutralize the security, you know your way. That's what we call a heist. Turmoil is when a country is like in a lot of chaos, when there is a lot of chaos and a lot of disorder in a country. Your comrades, so in a political party or in a political group, you will not call your friends or your the same members, you will not call them, I don't know, you will not call them your friends or your colleagues. They are not your colleagues. So you can call them your comrades. To consolidate is to strengthen. For example, if you consolidate a base of a building, you make it more strong or stronger. A fugitive is someone who is running from the police. So if you are running from the police, I'm watching you. If you are running from the police, congratulations, you are a fugitive. Let's see the next exercise where I want you to use these words to fill in the gaps right here. So the country was incomplete after the revolution. The police arrested after months of searching. Stalin worked to his power with the party. Lenin was telling, so you know this, so you know how to do what to do. Oh. Sorry, I revealed too by mistake. Imagine introducing your friend to your family as comrade, or imagine calling your family your comrades. What about that? Money heist, exactly. I just mixed both of them. Yeah, you did. All right, so can you help me? The country was incomplete after the revolution. So if there is a revolution in a country, mostly there is a lot of chaos, a lot of disorder, and hence there is a lot of turmoil. Yeah. The police arrested the after months of searching. So they have been searching for this person because he or she is our number two, fugitive. Hamid said number two is fugitive. Yes. Yes, you are correct. Oopsie. I okay. I revealed number three. Stalin worked to consolidate his power, meaning to make it stronger. Number four, then. Sorry, guys. Control, okay. Consolidate, yes. Comrade, number four, absolutely. Comrade. Lenin was Stalin's political, yes. So they were comrades, they were in the same political party. And the group planned a daring to steal money from the revolution. So he's, of course, he's. So they planned the bank robbery. And this is something that we talked about last time. Yes. All right. So now we will listen to chapter number 5 in the story of Joseph Stalin. And as always, I have three rules for you guys. Rule number one, listen carefully because I'm gonna ask you some questions. Number two, if you don't understand the word as we are listening, you can tell me, and I'm gonna explain it to you. And number three, don't forget to like this video. That's number three, and it's a very important step. So let me go here.
Again, if it meant victory. Chapter 5. The Rise of the Steel Man. In the early 1900s, Ioseb Yugashvili was a name whispered in secret, a name known only to a few revolutionaries, but soon he would take a new name, Stalin, the Man of Steel. This name would come to symbolize power, strength, and unshakable determination. Why Stalin? The name reflected his nature. Steel is hard, unbreakable, and strong. Stalin wanted to be seen the same way. He was no longer just a man. He was becoming an idea, a symbol of the fight for revolution. After escaping from Siberia, Stalin returned to his revolutionary work. Russia was in turmoil. Strikes and protests were spreading across the empire. Workers demanded better pay, farmers wanted more land, and the people wanted freedom from the Tsar's rule. The Bolshevik Party, led by Vladimir Lenin, promised change. Stalin believed in Lenin's vision. Together, they dreamed of a new Russia, one ruled by workers, not kings. But Stalin wasn't famous like Lenin. Not yet. He was a man working in the shadows, doing the dangerous jobs that others avoided. He organized strikes in factories, risking arrest every day. He helped print illegal newspapers, spreading the Bolshevik message to workers and peasants. He even planned robberies to fund the revolution. One daring heist in Tiflis made headlines across Russia. Stalin's group stole a fortune from a bank, escaping under a hail of gunfire. The Tsar's police called him a criminal. The Bolsheviks called him a hero. Despite his bravery, Stalin wasn't loved by everyone. Some of his comrades thought he was too rough, too controlling. But Lenin saw something different. Lenin admired Stalin's toughness. He trusted Stalin to do the hard, dirty work that kept the revolution alive. Slowly, Stalin climbed higher in the ranks of the party. One of Stalin's most important tasks was in Baku, a city rich with oil fields. The workers there lived in terrible conditions. They worked long hours for low pay, and their homes were small and dirty. Stalin arrived in Baku with a mission: to organize these workers and turn their anger into action. He succeeded. Under Stalin's leadership, workers in Baku...
All right, so I was just speaking while I was muted. All right. I was just like yapping, like just like talking. Well, again, so I said that the Bolshevik Party, which Lenin and Stalin belonged to, they were not happy with the king of Russia, or he was called the Tsar. All right, so they were not happy with the men. They were not happy with the monarchy and with the like the royal family. So what they did is that they started pushing the largest number of people. And who are the largest number of people? They are the workers. So they believe that if any country wants to change, the power of change is in the hands of the workers, because they are numerous. There are a lot of workers, and if workers stopped working, the whole country will stop. So it's everything was in the hands of the workers for them, and that's why they tried exactly. I know it looked funny of me speaking with no voice. So if you push the workers to do something, maybe you can overthrow the monarchy, and that's what they did. So let me go back a little bit to the back. Yes, so this is what Vladimir Putin. Oh, Vladimir Putin. Oh my God, Vladimir Lenin and Joseph Stalin were trying to do.
and turn their anger into action. He succeeded.
And he succeeded.
Under Stalin's leadership, workers in Baku went on strike.
They stopped working. That's what a strike is. A strike is when workers decide to stop working. You know what? We are so mad at you, so we will just stop working. And that's what they did.
They stopped the oil factories, costing the rich owners thousands of rubles. The police tried to stop the strikes, but Stalin was always one step ahead. He moved secretly, changing his location every night. He spoke to the workers in their language, winning their trust. He wasn't just a leader. He was one of them. But Stalin's rise wasn't just about bravery. It was also about strategy. He knew how to outthink his enemies. He understood people, their fears, their hopes, and their weaknesses. He used this knowledge to win power, step by step. In 1912, Lenin gave Stalin a new responsibility. he made Stalin the editor of Pravda, the Bolshevik Party's main newspaper. This was a big job. Pravda wasn't just a newspaper, it was the voice of the revolution. Stalin used it to spread Bolshevik ideas across Russia. Through Pravda, he reached workers, farmers, and soldiers. He wrote about injustice, poverty, and the need for change. His words inspired many, but they also angered the Tsar's government. Stalin's work as an editor brought him closer to Lenin. He attended secret meetings with other Bolshevik leaders. These meetings were dangerous, held in hidden locations with lookouts watching for the police. Lenin noticed Stalin's ability to stay calm under pressure. He saw Stalin's determination and loyalty. Over time, Lenin began to trust Stalin more than others in the party. But Stalin's rise wasn't without sacrifice. He spent years living as a fugitive, moving from city to city. He couldn't see his family, and he had no home. The Tsar's police were always hunting him. They arrested him multiple times, sending him back to Siberia. But each time, Stalin found a way to escape. Each escape made him stronger, more determined to keep fighting. In 1917, everything changed. Russia erupted into revolution. The people rose up against the Tsar, demanding his abdication. The Romanov dynasty, which had ruled for over 300 years, was over. A new government was formed, but it was weak and chaotic. The Bolsheviks saw their chance. Lenin returned to Russia, ready to lead the final push for power. And Stalin was right by his side. During this time, Stalin's role became even more important. He organized protests, managed secret communications, and worked tirelessly to unite the Bolsheviks. In October 1917, the Bolsheviks launched the October Revolution, seizing control of the government. It was a bold and dramatic move, and it worked. The Bolsheviks were now in power. Stalin's loyalty and hard work during the revolution earned him Lenin's respect. Lenin gave Stalin a seat on the Politburo, the small group of leaders who made all the major decisions for the party. This was a turning point for Stalin. He was no longer just a revolutionary. He was now part of the ruling elite. But Stalin didn't stop there. He began to build his own power within the party. He took on the role of general secretary, a position that allowed him to control who joined the Bolsheviks and who didn't. At first, this seemed like a simple administrative job, but Stalin used it wisely. He built alliances, rewarded loyal supporters, and quietly removed those who opposed him. Step by step, he was consolidating his power. The revolution had changed Russia forever, but the future was uncertain. The country was divided, with many people still loyal to the Tsar or other political groups. A civil war erupted, and the Bolsheviks faced enemies from all sides. Stalin played a key role during this time, organizing supplies and strategies to support the Red Army. His actions helped the Bolsheviks win the war and secure their control over Russia. By the early 1920s, Stalin had risen to the top ranks of the party. He was no longer the young poet or the fugitive revolutionary. He was now a leader, a man respected and feared by his comrades. His journey from a poor boy in Georgia to one of the most powerful figures in the Bolshevik Party was nearly complete. But Stalin's rise wasn't just about his own ambition. It was about the dream he shared with Lenin and the Bolsheviks, a dream of a new, equal society. A society where workers ruled, not kings or capitalists. It was this dream that had driven Stalin through years of hardship and struggle. Still, the question remained: how far would Stalin go to achieve his goals? And what kind of leader would he become? The name Stalin now carried weight. It was no longer just a name, it was a promise of strength, determination, and an unyielding will. The man of steel was ready to take his place in history. Before we begin, Chapter 6.
All right, so that's it for chapter 5. So if you would know what happened later, you can go to the channel, you can watch the rest of the video. But I'm gonna promise you for the story of Stalin, you will be so disappointed, to be honest, because a man who had a lot of ideas, a lot of like passion for change, but when he rose to power, he became the very thing that he swore to destroy. So he became really a ruthless man. You will see that if you listen to the story. Okay, so let's go now and try to answer some questions related to what you guys were listening to. So let's see. All right. Yes. So first one, Stalin planned bank robberies. Is this true? Is this false? From the text that we have just listened to. It's raining heavily here. How is the weather where you guys are? Here it's really raining heavily. All right. Again, you can write for me F or T. It's just cold here, I say. Is it Turkey, right, Hamid? Because that's what I remember. All right. Actually, he did. He stole money for the revolution because they needed money to print some papers to spread to the workers. And where are they going to have that money? He basically just said, well, you know what? I'm just going to steal it from the banks. And he was arrested many times for this. And he was sent to Siberia, one of the most ruthless presence in the world, but still, like he still like yeah, he stole some money. Lenin did not trust Stalin. What do you think? Uh, but no, he planned this as well because Stalin, you should know, Stalin was like he was a very important mind in the Bolshevik party. So he was very important. He was the planner. What do we call it? The headmaster of the plans. False. Lenin at the time was the leader, the actual leader of the Bolshevik party. Did he trust? You're welcome. All right. Yes, as Hamid said, this is absolutely false because he saw him as tough and loyal. He was tough, yes, but he was very loyal to him. Stalin was always a famous leader from the beginning. From the very beginning, he was very famous. Is that true or is that false? What do you think? It's true. All right. I have one answer. Come on, guys. I see more people watching. Come on. And of course, don't forget to like because when you like, there are more videos or more people who come to watch this video. Now that I said I need more people to answer, I saw that the number dropped of viewers. Don't be afraid. Just come back and watch. It is false. Why? Because in the beginning, he worked in the shadows. He was not very known in the beginning. He was only known when he became the right hand of Lenin. That's where he became quite known. Stalin never went to prison. And you should understand this is a man who started as a poet. He used to write poetry back in his youth. And suddenly he was like planning all this revolution and pushing the workers to do strikes. And then he will become like a very, very ruthless man in the end. When he became a leader, the guy was had zero mercy, actually. He had zero mercy. He just finished anyone that he saw as a threat to him. All right. He was arrested multiple times. Let me see what you guys said. False, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. He was arrested multiple times. Uh, okay. Let me see. For example, let me see. For example, yeah. Listen to this. This is a book, by the way. Let me share with you. So this is a book called Stalin's this word. I don't know if I can pronounce this word, so I'm not gonna do that. This is a very interesting book, and you can see that between the early 1930s and 1953, Joseph Stalin had more than 1 million of his own citizens executed. This is the man we are talking about today, by the way. You see. So he started as an innocent person who just wanted change, and in less than 20 years, that's like 17 years, in less than 20 years, he executed more than 1 million of his own citizens. Millions more, like millions more, fell victim to forced labor, deportation, famine, massacres, detention, etc., etc. So, just to give you an idea that this man went to prison because he wanted change. But when he became the leader, he became the very thing that he swore to destroy. No one to answer for. Make it a dictator. Yeah, I agree. So all the powers and no one to answer for. It makes a dictator exactly. I cannot agree more with this statement. Yeah, yeah. Pravda was just an ordinary newspaper. Pravda, this is the newspaper that we heard about. That he was the editor, meaning the person who would like approve articles on it or will say no, this article cannot go on the newspaper. Is this true or false? What do you think? I think false. All right, it is false. Exactly. Because it was not just a normal newspaper. It was a very important newspaper that spread the ideas of the party. Okay, we're gonna do just a couple of these, and I think we're gonna stop. So, where did Stalin organize workers' strikes in Moscow, in Baku, or in Tiflis? Which of these was the place where Joseph Stalin organized uh, his strikes? Because for him, a very important group of people that they really needed to focus on were the workers. Let me see. Baku. All right. Yes, that's the right answer. Great. Next one. What was Stalin's role in Pravda, in the newspaper? An editor, a reporter, or a publisher? Baku, absolutely. Derubi. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. A reporter. All right. Let's check. Let's check. What did you say? Oil industry. Exactly. That was the exactly. Your listening skills are very good. He was not a reporter, but he was an editor. So a reporter is someone who writes articles, and an editor is someone who approves the is someone who says which article will be first in the newspaper, which one will be second, which one will be third, will this article be published this week or until next week, which article is urgent. So that's an editor. It's basically the director of a newspaper. So he was not just a journalist, he was a director of a newspaper. Who gave Stalin an important role in 1912? So Stalin was given a very important role in a party, in a certain party, and that was given to him by the Tsar, by Lenin, or by Trotsky. What the heck is going on here? What's the problem, Mr. Asanov? What's the issue? What's the problem? Why can't I play this live? Oh, is that a problem with the live stream? Because I've seen that the views have gone down. Lenin, exactly. Of course, it was Lenin. How did Stalin escape prison? Bribery, disguises, or multiple escapes? I'm not sure about the meaning of this, to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking about when I wrote that. Three. I don't. I did. Okay. All right. That explains. What was Stalin's final position in the Bolsheviks? A general secretary, a war minister, or an army commander? I think all three, all the above. Yes, he was a general secretary, basically. Okay, so let's work on this. I think this is now language, a little bit of language. Let's work on our language. So I have for you three sentences, and what I want you guys to do is to put the sentences in the right order. So three sentences that should be in the right order. So editor Lenin Stalin made of Pravda. played the civil solidarity role. Leader A, Soviet was Stalin, Union Day off. Yes, it was one in the previous one, yes. So what do you think about the first one? This is a very challenging one, by the way. So, but it's easy at the same time. I can already see the answer. Lenin made Stalin. Let me share your answer. Lenin made Stalin. Okay, what is your answer? Show. Lenin made Stalin the editor of Pravda. Yes. All right, I'm gonna show it. Yes, it's Lenin made Stalin the editor of Pravda. Number 2. Number 2. In the play civil Stalin a war key role. Stalin played the key role. Stalin played the key role. All right. Stalin played the key role indeed. Yes. Last one. Oh, oops. Leader of Soviet was Stalin. Oh, sorry. I accidentally revealed the second one. Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union. Yeah, but you still need one more word, Arsenal, which is the. You did not use it. So it should be Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union. All right. Great. So let's see this last exercise. So in this last exercise, I have some words between parentheses and I want you to put them in the right form. For example, number 1, Stalin, let me use this. Stalin's leadership was marked by strict, for example, the first one should be control, not controlling, by strict control. So what do you think about the other ones? Stalin was the leader, exactly, sure. Let me do like this, and let me do this and this so that I can write here. So I want to go one by one. So can you still see well? Yeah, you can. You can even drop this down a bit. And so we said the first one should be control. What do you think should be the second one? The Soviet Union was the Soviet Union so rapid industrial under his rule. It's a process. Here we are talking about the process of making a country more industrial or more industrialized. I'm gonna help you even more industrialized. More industrial. So rapid industrial. No, that's not the word that we will use here. It's the process of making a country more industrial or more industrialized, gross. What do you think? So I'm going to share the answer. All right. So the Soviet Union saw rapid industrialization. The industrialization is making a country more industrial. That's what industrialization is. So here this is control. Industrialization, yeah. Next word, afraid. Many people lived in constant afraid. High, DXN high. Number 2, what do you think? or number 3 this time? What do you think about number 3? So many people lived in constant the feeling of being afraid. What do we call that in English? I'm gonna wait for this one. I'm gonna wait for this one. I need the noun. What is the noun that comes from afraid? Afraid is an adjective. Great. That's it, actually. That's the word. That's the word. Yes. They lived in constant fear. Exactly. That's the word. Fear is the word. Stalin used heavy. Well, I'm gonna answer this one because to propagate something that means propaganda, propaganda, or even propagation. Propagation, even propagation is spreading something. Propaganda, propaganda. Yeah. Last one. I'm gonna leave the last one for you guys. Afraid of. Lived afraid of. Let me see. Lived in constant afraid of during. Not really. It will not work because it's still an adjective. We need a noun. But the XN, wonderful job. Can you do number 5, the XN? I'm gonna wait for you. Do number 5. All right, Hamid. Good answer. Good suggestion. All right, I'm gonna give the answer then, and it's the same answer that Hamid said for us. Execution. Mass execution. Yes, unfortunately, that was the very dark period of the rule of Joseph Stalin. All right. So with that, guys, I think we arrive or we get to the end of this live stream. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your watching. For Muslims all over the world, Ramadan Kareem, and I hope you will spend a beautiful, sacred, nice, and calm Ramadan. Thank you so much, guys, for watching again, and see you. FIFA, thank you so much. Thank you. Fifita, thank you so much. Ramadan Kareem to you as well. And see you next week, inshallah. Take